welcome to the special NewsMobile explainer from our Washington, D.C. studios. I am Saurabh Shukla. Today, this explainer is about the Harvard face-off with Trump administration. I'm going to give you a sense of what this means for students, what this means for parents. A lot of anxious parents and students are also checking with us, writing to us that how will this impact any student who may have been admitted to Harvard University as a graduate or undergraduate student. So for now, Harvard has been given 72 hours by the administration to comply with certain norms. Harvard calls this unlawful. Harvard, according to the administration, they did not take action against anti-Semitism. And I believe anti-Semitism of any kind has to be condemned and banned. Harvard's president, Alan Garber, who happens to be from the Jewish community as well, says that Harvard has taken the actions necessary, and they have called this action by the administration unlawful. So what happens next? Harvard has already sued the Department of Education, which had asked Harvard to take certain measures which it had refused to do, and it had withdrawn certain funding from Harvard as well, which has endowment which is amongst the highest of all the Ivy League universities in the US. They have an endowment of almost $52 billion. So what happens to students who are on campus? Well, technically, if the standoff continues beyond 72 hours, they may have to take legal recourse, obviously, because they may be out of status. So what happens in the US is that students, normally they're on a F1 visa or a J1 visa, which is a student or a scholar visa, which is sponsored. But what the Department of Homeland Security has done is withdrawing that power, that allows these Harvard students to remain in the United States on a valid status. This also means any foreign student who has been admitted to Harvard University for the upcoming session, or any student who may be studying here, their return to the US may be in jeopardy, and they should, my advice is that my sources telling me they should get in touch with the US Embassy of the country they're in before they leave or return back to campus. There is a sense that I'm getting that there is a lot of anxiety among students as well who are on campus, because the graduation is scheduled for next week for students of 2025 batch, the undergraduate class. Also, there's a sense that the graduate students will get impacted as well. Harvard, just for your reference, has almost 27% of its student population, both graduate and undergraduate students, coming from the international student community, which is a very, very strong, a big number, because what it does is that this helps Harvard subsidize the US-based students. Anyone who it's a need-blind school, so it does not give you aid based on your financial position, but a lot of students, especially from within the US, get aid to study at Harvard because of the fact that a lot of these, the 27%, which is around 6,800 students, are the ones who are full paying students. So they pay full fee, and that helps some of the US students who are on aid to get that aid. So that may also get reduced or get compromised. The other challenge is that the US has traditionally been a global economic power, a global power also because it always attracted the best and brightest from across the globe. it retained its strategic edge because a lot of these students were are, especially when they go to a top universities like Harvard, are thought leaders in their respective field. So that gets impacted as well. And that's the reason why there is a sense that a better sense may prevail. Also, since the Harvard University also will be moving, going to a court of law, there may be a decision coming that way. I believe, I come from the Harvard Business School, which has some of the biggest deal makers across the globe. And Harvard alumni, which is a very vibrant community, also has a lot of people, whether it's in the Trump administration, the judiciary, media, everywhere. There's a strong leadership from the Harvard community, and they feel very strongly about this. And my hope is that President Trump, who's also a master deal maker, may have some people from the Harvard alum community also reaching out, because it has to be some kind of a strategic collaboration, because for the larger end, to make sure that Harvard's as a global center of learning is not impacted, it can continue to attract the best students from wherever they are, whether in the US or across the globe. It's important that some kind of a solution can be found to this stalemate, because this impacts the lives of thousands of these students who face the risk of either seeking transfer to some other university, which also seems not possible because all other universities have their intakes in also for the new session. Already, the universities, all other big, good universities have given out offer to other candidates. It's a tricky situation. So if you are a parent or a student watching this, you're bound to get some anxious moments, but hold your breath there, because I believe some solution can be found and this stalemate can end. As I mentioned earlier, do connect with your local US Embassy for more details. I'm sure they will be able to provide you with more details before you leave. But I think this standoff should get resolved in the larger interest, because if US has to continue to be that global economic power, it has to continue to get the best and brightest students from across the globe. And Harvard is certainly an institution of learning, of global learning, which continues to produce thought leaders. Thanks for watching NewsMobile, and do share this video.